going on, MicroScaleGaragers? Alright, the last two videos we finished up the front suspension, or not the front suspension, but we got the front A-arms on, we got your steering links, we got our motor in, we got our transmission in. We got all that stuff in. I'm sorry about that, I wasn't able to show you guys. I was over there pointing in the dark. So now we're going to work on the rear axle. Alright. I'm going to use the pallet. Set the camera up on the pallet. Maybe that'll give me a little bit better camera view. Not really for sure. Music brought to you by Bass Rebels. If y'all haven't checked out his YouTube channel, he's got vlog-free music. That's usually what I search up on YouTube, is using royalty-free, vlog-free music. Don't need these bearings yet, but we do need the bottom half of our axle. Just flip that over real quick. Yesterday I couldn't find my grease. My F-150 was sitting his tire in the grease and it was hiding it. I took a little bit of grease here, just right here on the inside right there. I'm just going to dab a little bit right here where the bearing sits. Alright, we're going to need two 25-20 bearings. We'll go ahead and grease up these bearings too before we start building the axle. Take a screwdriver with a little end. That way you can kind of push the bearing in there into the housing. And make sure the bearing's seated all the way down in there. Might be better if I do this with the tweezers so you guys can see. Take our gear. Now we can go ahead. I got a chance the way this axle is made, we might be able to just set our bearing in here without it falling out. So we'll go ahead and grease both sides of the bearing. Should be enough grease here to hold everything together. Make sure that that's pushed down all the way. Alright. Let's continue building. Now we're going to need the JE000 or JE00016, the E-clip. Whoops. Sorry about that. Alright, just for right now, go ahead and try and get this set on here. Don't know if these tweezers are going to be able to do it. Just for right now, I'm gonna. Alright, sorry about that, but you want to get the E-clip onto the little clip. just like that. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab our M00835 gear. Line that up with the hole. Then we're gonna use our pin 00835 is the pin. 5160 is the gear. We want to just line that up just like that. And we're going to put one of our little tiny pins in. .1205 goes at the top one. Get that one started. .1205 goes in the bottom. And it's just 2 screws, it looks like, that's holding it on for right now, holding it together. And then we'll put our lockers on, and that's going to hold the outside of the axle. Okay. See the grease kind of protruding out of the cracks. Feels good. Alright. Now to hold this on, we're going to need some 1203s. I need 2 1203s, and then we're going to need 2 of our ball studs. And the manual, it's got that, I put that on wrong. Yes, I did. It's gonna make our links down. I need to reverse that. Alright, what's going on? Man, I just flung one of these pins, my last pin in my kit. It flung off somewhere. So luckily I looked in my tool cabinet and I had a pin. There's the hole right there, and I'm way up here. I had a pin sitting in my link drawer with all my extra links. I looked down and there was one sitting there. It's like, thank you God, because I don't know what I would have did. I probably would have took apart the Jeep's axle, since those are broken, took the pin out of those. Alright, and we got the pin in there. Now all we got to do is just get the washer on, or the rubber seal. Alright. Now we can go ahead and grease up our axle. Grease up our gear. Just gonna dab a little bit on the inside of the axle, and then right here where the bearings sit, always like to fill that in. These axles, this rear axle on this truck reminds me of the that dually axle that I had bought for the semi truck build. That axle looks pretty slender and slim, kind of like how that axle was on the old oh, I can't even look at the name of my axles. The old ones, the original axles, metal axles. That's a little too much. I'm gonna put some back here on this seal. Just spread the wealth. Alright. In the manual, it's showing that the gear goes right here on this side. I wonder if I got that wrong. Oh, you know our two bearings that I had sitting there? I'm all like, why is this so rough? Make sure you put your two bearings on. Make sure those get some grease on them. Man, I was doing that way wrong. Sorry about that. I'm over here like, what's going on here? I wasn't paying attention to my bearings. Let's throw some bearing grease on the outside of those. I like to drive in water. I like to drive my trucks just like a 10 scale. Okay, now we got our recess for our bearings, and you see the cutout for the gear too. So you can kind of flip this axle anyway. A lot better. Alright. This is a cool slender axle. I really like this a lot. Alright, then with the hangers down, facing downward. Our gear, like that. A little bit of flashings we're gonna need. What screws are we gonna need? We're gonna need a little just using my 3D printer snips. Put our ball studs in. We're gonna need 1203 screws, and lock up the axle we're gonna need two 1205s. Plastic, so that way it'll sit on the axle. But I'm noticing if I would have kept it that way, it would have been a totally different suspension geometry. So this truck has suspension swappability is what I'm looking for. You can do suspension modifications. Just by tweaking stuff, I can already see. Oh, I gotta loosen that one up a little bit. I don't think I cleared that flashing all the way. It's not lining up. Alright, there we we go. Got it to line up. I had to push it down a little bit with my pinky finger a little bit. I'll tighten that up a little bit. I'll tighten this side up. There we go. Now we're gonna add our 2 ball studs here and here. All right. Next, what it wants us to do, right here, there was a correction for the screws that goes onto the bulkhead. Look like they marked it with an ink pen. It's 1202s or 1203s going there into the axle instead of 1003s. So I'm gonna look at the 2 sizes and see which one is the smallest one. The smallest one goes in there to bolt up here to the axle. So we'll get ready to do that, and we'll drop our 2 ball studs here. Put the ends on, put our bearings in, grease up our bearings. Let's get ready to do that. All right, over here on this step, we're gonna grab our bolt ends. We're gonna add ball studs to the ends here, and we're gonna screw it in with. All right, well, that's a good thing. I'm not seeing the 1003s in the kit. The only ones that's in the kit are the 1203s, and they're pretty small. And you got the 1503s. Those are a little bit fatter though. So we need 1203s to bolt those on. And for the bearings, we're gonna need 3 6-20 bearings. Let's try this screwdriver. Whoa. The screwdriver goes all the way through. Grab this little spare dry shaft that I have and push on the bearing. Make sure that's seated all the way. Do the same thing to the other side. Going in a little crooked. There we go. It's popped in now. Alright. So now we go ahead and put our ball studs in. Be a little easier that way. Camera's gonna die. I'm gonna put the camera on the charger real quick, but we're gonna need 1 ball stud going this way. Try and get them in as straight as possible. Oops, I was putting that on wrong. Let's see. We got the axle turned around. Oh, there's only one screw to lock it on. Okay. We're gonna add one more ball stud. Right, so the passenger side is complete. Now let's do the driver's side real quick. Alright, MicroScaleGarages, we got our rear axle complete. That's gonna complete our video today. I want to say like, share, subscribe. Peace and love. God bless. Flow like water. I love doing this stuff. This helps with my depression when I get to help you guys, you know, and do cool stuff like this. Axle feels a little tight. Let me put a rim on there. Alright, I loosened up here on these back bulkhead screws here. Feels a little looser. I'm gonna loosen up on this just a little bit. Feels a little tight, like I had everything a little too tight. There we go. It feels a lot better. Alright, so that means I need to take this bulkhead off, unloosen this screw just a tad bit. I'll fill everything in with waterproof grease. That's a little flaw in the design there. Alright, but it's a beautiful axle. Very good engineering. We'll set this axle this way. Set it on my MSG weld rims and the rock crusher tires that Don gave me. And I think that's what we're gonna end up putting on the PO2. I don't know, I'm not for sure, but I'm waiting on the new axles. Or yeah, I want the new metal axles. Smooth my pliers, buy it, break it, fix it. Thank you very much. Love your videos, man, all the way. Keep it going, bro. Keep it going.